Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be my introduction to my Pan That palette for 2021. I have been doing this, I want to say this is my 5th year, if I'm counting this right. And I wanted to take it back to kind of how I was doing my Pan That palette when I first started. And that was to pan 2 palettes. I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. So for the first year that I did pan that palette, I panned 2 hourglass palettes. One was the ambient edit palette, the one that comes with 6 pans of product. And then when I finished that, I still had about 5 months left in the year. So I decided to add the other palette, but the small one, the one that comes with 3 shades, and I was able to use those 2 up. Then after that, I believe I did the Urban Decay Deluxe Shadow Box with a Divergent face palette from Sephora. It came with 3 shadows, a blush, and a bronzer. I think that I did those together. And then another year I did a smaller face palette from Stila. It came with a highlighter, a blush, and 6 eyeshadows, I believe. And then I panned the Urban Decay Vice Lipstick palette that had 12 pans of lipsticks. And then another year I did a Bare Minerals palette with, I want to say it was like a Laura Mercier palette, I think. And then this last year, that's the first year that I went with a big eyeshadow palette. It had 15 shades and it was just kind of overwhelming. I know a lot of people wanted me to pan those eyeshadows, but it's just, for how I like to pan makeup, that doesn't work for me. I am not interested in having a lot of pans in my collection. I'm more interested, and it's more fun for me to use up stuff because I like to get things out of my collection. So for that reason, I decided to not do pan those eyeshadows. I want to keep doing pan that palette, but I am going to do it the way that I did it back when I first started. So I did pick 2 palettes. And I picked an eyeshadow palette that's on the smaller side. I don't want to do a huge palette again, just because I feel like I'm a little burned out with, eyeshadows. I want to take my time, not really force myself to use 3-4 shades at a time in order to finish. I think that's what really burned me out, because that's not how I usually do my makeup. I usually do like 2 shades at the most, and I was finding myself having to use like 3-4 shades. But anyway, the smaller palette that I'm gonna use for Pan That palette, if you guys watched my what am I panning for next year or something like that, I will leave it linked somewhere. But I did put it in that video, and this is the palette. This is the Urban Decay Ammo palette. It's a smaller palette. This is what it looks like on the inside, and if you guys have been with me for a while, you guys know that I don't pan black shades. So I am not looking to pan this black shade. It's like a black with glitter. So I will only be panning 9 shades. These 2 up here, these 2 up here, and the whole bottom row. So these are, I think I want to say about 0.7 grams, 0.8. So they're not a full gram. So that's good, because I'm gonna be able to just take my time and use them naturally, not like overuse them. And I think it's got good shades. The purples, the browns, taupey color, the green and the teal here. I'm a little bit worried about this Polyester Bride shade, which is a white, pretty like silvery white shade, but maybe I'll franken it with something else, who knows. But for now, that is what this guy is looking like, introduction wise. It hasn't been used. It's been swatched a couple of times, but that's about it. So to accompany this palette, I wanted to go with a face palette like how I've been doing with my other project Pan That palettes. And I took some inspiration from Alex from the Alejandra Lisette, that is her channel, and I will be panning the Sweet Peach Glow palette from Too Faced. That is what this guy is looking like, and this is brand new, as you guys hope can see. This is a Gelée formula. I did use up a powder from this line in 2020 and I wasn't a big fan of it. I just didn't care for the formula, so I knew that I wanted to use this one up so I could just get it out of my collection. I feel like this is gonna be a pretty easy, not easy, but since I use these 3 items every single day anyway, I think I can use it pretty organically and go through this one fairly quickly. Alex was able to go through this pretty well, pretty fast. Let's see, the bronzer has 3 grams, the blush has 5.5, so that is a pretty big blush. And the highlighter also has 3 grams. So it might take me the majority of the year, but like I said, it's something that I use every single day. So I feel like I'll have no problem going through this. So these are the 2 palettes that I'm gonna be panning for 2021. Hopefully I can use them up and then maybe I can introduce a little something to accompany them as I use things up. But I'm very excited, and that's it, guys. Wish me luck. I cannot wait to see what you guys are planning to pan for 2021. If you guys are doing pan that palette, let me know down in the comments below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.